welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're going to challenge some of the basic assumptions we all have about modern food production by demystifying the incredible science of artificial insemination, or AI, in livestock. If you've ever wondered how global food security is maintained and, frankly, advanced on a genetic level, well, you are definitely in the right place. We're going to look really closely at how this specific reproductive biotechnology literally drives global livestock advancement.
Here is our roadmap for today. We'll be quickly moving through 6 key areas: understanding artificial insemination, the 6-step AI process, cryopreservation, applications in modern livestock, weighing the advantages and limitations, and finally, the future of biotechnology. Let's just jump right in.
All right, Section 1. Understanding artificial insemination. What exactly is it?
So by the textbook definition, artificial insemination is a reproductive technique where semen is manually deposited into the female reproductive system using specialized equipment to increase the chance of fertilization. Now, this definition grounds us in a really important reality. AI is fundamentally about bypassing natural mating. But why do that? Well, by removing the natural mating process, we can highly optimize the chances of a successful pregnancy and totally guarantee that we're utilizing genetically superior male animals to achieve that fertilization.
Now, you might think this is some brand new fad, right? Actually, as we trace its evolution, you'll see it's anything but. The very first successful animal experiments were actually performed way back in the 18th century. From there, it grew into really widespread use during the 20th century, largely thanks to some major improvements in how we preserve and store semen. And that brings us to today, where it's an absolutely foundational, major component of modern animal breeding programs all over the world.
Moving on to Section 2, the 6-step AI process, going from male to female.
I like to think of this as a biological logistics network. It's a pretty fascinating 6-step journey. Step 1 is the selection of a breeding male. And we aren't just picking any male here. They're chosen for high genetic value, rapid growth rates, superior milk or meat production, and absolutely crucial traits like disease resistance. Step 2 is collection. This is often done using an artificial vagina, which mimics natural mating conditions, or through electroejaculation, using mild electrical stimulation if natural collection is just too difficult. Step 3 is evaluation. The semen is rigorously checked for sperm concentration, motility, morphology, and viability. Basically, only the best high-quality semen passes this test. Then, Step 4 is processing, where it's diluted with extender solutions and divided into very precise doses. Step 5 is preservation, which we're going to look at closer in just a second. And finally, Step 6 is the actual insemination, where the semen is introduced directly into the cervix or uterus using a catheter. But keep this in mind. Successful insemination relies completely on the highly accurate detection of the female's fertile period. Which brings us nicely to Section 3, cryopreservation and global distribution. Get a load of this number, -196 degrees Celsius. While fresh semen is used immediately and chilled semen is kept around 4 degrees Celsius for short-term use, frozen semen is stored in liquid nitrogen at a staggering -196 degrees. By doing this, we're essentially creating a cryogenic time capsule. This single technological leap is a real game changer because it completely removes the barrier of geography from farming. It means a genetically superior male from one side of the planet can distribute genetics globally, preserving that viability for years.
So, where is all this being used? Let's hit Section 4, applications in modern livestock.
When we zoom out to the macro level, the application of this is astonishingly broad. In dairy cattle, AI is widely used to directly increase milk production and improve milk quality by introducing those elite genetics we talked about. For beef cattle, the focus shifts a bit to faster growth, better meat quality, and improved feed efficiency. With sheep and goats, it's all about improving wool and meat production as well as disease resistance. Swine production relies heavily on AI for highly efficient, massive-scale production. Even in poultry, it's utilized in breeding programs to really sharpen genetic selection. Across the board, AI just rapidly accelerates selective breeding.
But it's not all simple, so let's look at Section 5, weighing the advantages and limitations. When we weigh the pros and cons, we can clearly connect the overarching advantages of the tech directly to tangible on-the-farm benefits. Take disease control, for instance. Because AI relies on processed screened semen rather than physical mating, it drastically reduces the transmission of reproductive diseases. Economically, it massively increases breeding efficiency because a farm doesn't need to feed, house, and manage tons of breeding males. And from an environmental standpoint, it's actually a really powerful tool for conservation, allowing us to preserve valuable genetic lines and even support endangered breeds.
But, and this is a big but, the crucial point here is that while those genetic and economic advantages are massive, they are inherently balanced by a really high barrier to entry. You can't just decide to use AI overnight. It requires highly skilled technicians. There are significant equipment and training costs involved. Plus, if the semen quality is poor or if the farmer fails at accurate heat detection, meaning they miss that exact tiny window of the female's fertile period, the success rates absolutely plummet. It's a precise science that demands precision execution.
So, with the foundational science, the economics, and those limitations understood, we have to ask, how is modern biotechnology pushing AI even further into the future?
Let's wrap up with Section 6, the future of biotechnology.
This right here brilliantly illustrates one of the most mind-bending advances we have today, sex-sorted semen technology. Just think about the implications. Through modern computer-assisted analysis, X chromosome-bearing sperm and Y chromosome-bearing sperm can actually be physically separated. This means farmers can literally select the sex of the offspring. In a dairy farming context, for example, a farmer can choose to use semen that guarantees female calves, completely maximizing their production efficiency and resource use. It is just a stunning level of control over livestock biology.
And looking forward, the developments are just accelerating. We're now looking at AI, and in this specific context, I actually mean artificial intelligence, being used to predict fertility. We're seeing advanced sperm selection technologies and automated semen analysis. We're even seeing artificial insemination combined with other reproductive technologies, like embryo transfer, which allows for rapid multiplication of superior genetics, and even in vitro fertilization. These incredibly precise genomic breeding programs are revolutionizing how we approach livestock as a whole.
As artificial insemination continues to evolve alongside modern genomics and DNA testing, we are left with a pretty massive question to ponder. Will climate-adapted breeding and genome editing be the ultimate key to global food security? As our environment changes, the ability to rapidly breed livestock that are genetically adapted to brand new climates while maintaining disease resistance and high production isn't just a convenience anymore, it's a necessity. Thank you so much for walking through this explainer with me. I really hope this structured look at AI technology leaves you with a much deeper, clearer understanding of our global food supply.